We got what you guys have been waiting for, a keyboard roundup under $20.
You heard that right, you could get a gaming keyboard for under $20, but which one of these is the best of the bunch? We're about to find out, but first, a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by our good friends over at GVG Mall, our favorite place to buy Windows 10 keys and a lot of other awesome software for your gaming PC.
If you're tired of seeing that Windows activation watermark in the bottom corner of your screen, check out GVG Mall with the link down below. We do have a special discount code that Matt will tell you guys about in just a second. Activating Windows is super easy. You literally just buy the key, Windows 10, Windows 11, maybe even the next Windows, it'll still be supported. So we absolutely love using GVG Mall because you are paying a severe discount.
And if you use code TB20, our normal code, for a short period of time, you can save 25% on your next purchase of a Windows 10 key or any other software they have to offer. They also offer Office 2019 licenses. If you don't want to deal with the Microsoft 365 suite, you can buy that Office key and be good to go. You're set in stone there, no worries about paying monthly. You can find those links in the description down below.
And to give you an idea on how much we trust them, we've actually been partnering with GVG Mall for years now. We've been giving out the Windows 10 and Windows 11 keys for quite some time. And like Matt said, we do use them over at PC Bros quite a bit, and we really have never had any issues with them. So we do really like GVG Mall.
GVG Mall, check the link down below. Big thanks again to them for sponsoring today's video. Use code TB20 to save 25% today. Let's get right into the video, shall we? Okay, so we're gonna try to keep these in order of cheapest to most expensive, but again, all these are under $20. This one right here, I believe, the GawNick gaming keyboard, which also is the Y200, was only $10.
That's really cheap. I mean, we managed to cut the price in half. It has 8 kinds lighting effect. It is a 87 key layout design, a 2-color injection molding, and it talks about the keystroke. 50 million keystrokes mechanical switch. So they're saying how long it'll last. I suppose it says this too, light mixing. It's not RGB, it's light mixing.
So this keyboard, I'm a little suspicious about because I don't think it's actually mechanical. I think they lied because they don't show anything about a switch on the Amazon listing at all. They just claim it's mechanical and typist. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, membrane keyboard design, light touch feeling. and on the front, it literally says mechanical, like.
Yeah, so already off to a great start. But again, it's a keyboard for $9. Like, well, $9.99, $10 basically. And at that price point, I don't really expect mechanical, honestly, but I've been surprised before.
Yeah, there has been times where we have gotten hot swap, fully mechanical, and even like full 16 million color RGB keyboards for close to this price range, but those are usually unicorns. Oh, yeah,
oh man, oh.
That is mechanical. I like how it says light feel, and it is not like, membrane switches are not light. Or membrane, not even switches. It's
membrane
dome caps.
That rubber.
Yeah. It's definitely not great. The keyboard itself, I mean, you don't get a detachable or braided cable, of course. You do get flip out feet. You do have rubber to keep it from sliding and everything. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about this keyboard. It's for $10. I mean, it doesn't seem terrible. We don't even have a laptop to plug these into.
We are not prepared, ladies and gentlemen. We are not prepared for this. All right, so we got an Alienware here, which is for another video that I think went live before this video went live. And we're actually seeing if the battery's any good. It's been charging all night, so we'll see. Wait, is that RGB? Hold up.
It's actually like a...
Hold up.
Actually, the RGB looks really good.
What the heck? I was expecting like the gradient RGB where it's like static colors on each key, but that's wave. That's
so
wave.
This is speed. Wow.
I'm impressed.
This is like real RGB.
I'm actually pretty impressed with this.
This is really cool. It says you have 8 different modes. Okay, so here's like some static modes. So for the lighting, I gotta give these people some credit here. I mean, this is pretty nice. I definitely can't complain about the lighting. They don't really shine through the keycaps very well, but I mean, it's $10, so like, what do you expect? I guess let's do a typing test. Well, we just did a typing test on this keyboard, and you know, there's not a ton to say. It's a membrane keyboard, so it's like getting an HP or Dell keyboard with a computer and then typing on it, but it does have a little bit of that MemCam vibe. It's not amazing, but you get a little bit of clack. Once the dome goes down, it does go down really smoothly and nicely. So, I mean, right now, we don't have another keyboard, so it's first place.
That's number one, and for $10, this is a big step up over something like a Office keyboard that you would get. So, pretty good start to this keyboard roundup. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the Ziyou Lang, actually, K61 with 62 keys. What does the 61 mean? I don't know when there's 62 keys, but this one was $12.99, and this one has a lot of interesting features, I do say so myself. We have a UK layout, we have RGB, mechanical feel. Now, again, this was advertised as actually mechanical. Is it mechanical though when it says mechanical feel? I don't know, I'm a little suspicious about it.
Mechanical feel and comfortable feel. You gotta pick one, guys.
Yeah, so mechanical feel and comfortable feel, so I don't really know what we're working with here. Suspended keycap, 19 key, no rush. No rush on your keycap, guys. So yeah, interesting. So we have a UK layout here. I don't know why we got the UK layout. I guess that's the only one they have.
You gotta show them the color.
Oh, what color? Cool, bro. Cool, bro. All right, let's go and open it up. Now, this is a 61 key keyboard, and they claimed it was mechanical at first, but I'm starting to believe it's mechanical when they say mechanical feel. So these companies need to work on that because that's not great. RGB backlit keyboard and mouse. They use the same guide for their keyboard and mouse combos, I guess, because there's no mouse in here. Yep, nope, we're membrane again. This feels very similar to the other keyboard. We have the traditional Fortnite gamer keyboard, 60% with the space bar that should light up pretty nicely. Build quality feels all right. I mean, it's a $12 keyboard. This cord does not give me much confidence. Like, it already feels like it's bent too much. Like, I can see this cord just like getting bent a little bit and then just not be connected. It reminds me of like an old aftermarket Xbox controller that over time this would fray and then just become unusable. On the back, we have this like stripe design, which is interesting. We do have flip out feet, which is nice, and non-slip pads on the bottom. So this keyboard still kind of slides a little bit. I mean, 'cause there's nothing right here. So not the greatest in terms of non-slip, but if you're a Fortnite gamer, ooh, all right, ready? Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
Jonah, you could game like this, right? Nice and twisted. I guess let's just plug it up and see what it looks like, because honestly, with these keyboards that are membrane, you're kind of hoping the RGB is good, because if it's not, then like, what's the point? Spend a little bit more money and get one that has, well, a solid backlight and mechanical keys. So let's see if the RGB is any good. Oh, goodness, what is this?
Ooh.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, here it goes, baby.
They're all stepping their game up.
Yes, wow, what the heck? This is pretty decent RGB. I will say it's similar to the other keyboard. They have like a clear backplate to where like the lighting is bouncing off of it to make it a bit brighter. The keycaps themselves, the lighting doesn't really come through that well, but there's enough spacing around the keycaps where you get some pretty good lighting. I will say it's definitely over exaggerated in the picture versus the actual image here. So that space bar, not nearly as shining as this other one, but it looks pretty solid so far. But again, it is membrane, and we're gonna have keyboards that are closer to a $20 price point that aren't membrane. They're actually mechanical, but let's do a typing test and see how bad it actually is. Jonah, what did you do? Jonah! A little rattly. I'm scared to press it. Our Alienware is acting really, really freaky today. But yeah, it's a solid keyboard. What would you say this one rates versus this one?
I think since I like the layout better and it has more colors on it, probably first for this one.
Yeah, this one's first. Anywho, this keyboard is number one for the time being.
I disagree.
You disagree? Oh, Jonah throws an audible?
Coming, right?
Oh,
First
all right.
all,
Jonah's picture pops on screen. I disagree.
The stabilizer's garbage.
Pretty booty.
I mean, it looks nicer, but it doesn't feel as nice.
So do we? I guess Jonah gets one audible every keyboard roundup where he just denies our decision.
Yeah, you guys are wrong.
You sure you want to use it on this?
Is this what you want to use it on?
No, I'm
Okay,
not positive.
all right.
All right, so this one's first place and this one's second. All right,
Fine.
the Jonah audible, it's gone. Next up, we have a keyboard that is 4 cents cheaper than the last two we have. This one was $19.95. What a great year. This is the Tilted Nation gaming keyboard.
Yeah, so this one is mechanical with Automu Brown switches, which is a brand that we actually know pretty well. It says that it has double shot keycaps, but it also says crystal. So I don't really know what it means, but dynamic RGB. So I think this one might be mechanical with that really nice color changing and everything. It says it has an aluminum top plate too with an acrylic housing. So I'm expecting this one for, what, $5 more to be like a lot more premium than these other ones we've looked at so far, which I think is very worth it.
Yeah, and it looks really solid, and I think it's supposed to come with brown switches, so not our preferred switch type, but it is at least mechanical, so we're stepping up to better keyboards. And we are spending, what, $5 or $6 more compared to the other ones that we've had so far?
Which ain't bad. I think that might be real aluminum, John.
Feel it, it's cold.
Yeah,
I mean, you got some coldness to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a very good aluminum, but Tilted Nation's actually, hold on. Tilted Nation's a kind of a name brand. We've actually like had stuff from them before. I just can't get over the name of this. The TNLUCIPD/W. No, they're not kidding. The keycaps really are like crystal. They do basically just like a double shot that has like a acrylic over it. And let's see what we actually do have a brown Automir switch. It's actually a name brand switch. And I'll show you one of these keycaps. Yeah, they're literally like a two-piece design. Pretty cool. I think our lighting's gonna show really nicely through. The whole keyboard's covered in this like acrylic essentially, and honestly pretty nice. And look, a braided cable. We actually get flip out feet that have rubber on them. We got rubber all the way around too on all four, so this thing is not gonna slide around super easy, but it looks pretty nice, feels pretty good so far. Braided cable, I mean, man, what's not to love about this thing? Now, is the RGB gonna match the rest of this keyboard?
And don't worry guys, our Alienware is behaving now. It just has a bad battery, and you probably will realize that if you watched the video that came before this, but has a bad battery, but we're gonna plug it up and see if the RGB is any good.
I think this is individual, just like they have an LED that's a certain color in each one.
We'll see if it's customizable at all. Nope, same thing. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah, okay, it is real RGB.
Huh. It's just weird that they didn't
can I
default
find
to
a
that
wave?
one. Ooh, there's that one. It's like a starry.
Ugly. Like, yeah, I don't like.
There it is.
Okay, that's what we want.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. All right. So for a little under 20 bucks, this is the kind of keyboards that we like to see in our roundups. And yeah, these are the kind of keyboards that we'd see in our 30, 40, maybe even $50 roundups. Another thing I'm kind of wondering too is I'm like, what are the chances that this is
I always like to
hot
see if
swap?
they're hot swap, because that's always really cool. Normally a good sign is they will give you like the actual key switch puller, but they do wiggle around. Are they just not stable enough?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like they wiggle around a lot. This is not the right tool for this, but I'm just gonna give it a go anyways. So, all right, let's go ahead and do a typing test on this keyboard. Now that we know that it's not hot swap, but everything else about it is really good. So I'm excited. All right, well, we got done typing on this keyboard. Not only does it sound really good, but the stabilizers for it being cheap are pretty good. It has a very unique design, a pretty cool layout. RGB is absolutely popping. It's the brightest RGB I've seen so far. Braided cable, I mean, there's not really anything to dislike about this keyboard besides maybe the fact that it's not hot swap, but do you really want that in a $20 keyboard? This thing is definitely number one right now.
Number one. All right, guys, so once again, we have a keyboard that showed up with a totally different name on the box. This is the Lexon Elect keyboard, but it showed up as an Ajaz keyboard, which we know Ajaz, but we don't know Lexon Elect. But this one is $19.99, so right at that $20 price point, and it comes with an interesting design that I'm excited to see what it looks like in person. And on the box out here, it claims to be hot swap, which I don't remember. Comes with a red switch, and the actual keyboard is black. So we'll go ahead and open it up.
So this is the Geek AK33?
Geek AK33.
I only ever heard AK47.
So this looks very similar to the other Ajaz Geek keyboards we've seen in the past, but it comes with a very special surprise here, ladies and gentlemen, that we're gonna have to use. Look at these keycaps. What are these from, Joan? I feel like you have to know.
Music band.
Music band? What is Music Band?
I have no idea.
I thought you said it like you knew what it was.
Oh, dude, a detachable cable too?
We have a keycap puller, we have extra key switches, and we have a keyboard that is
a keyboard.
A keyboard. It's a keyboard. So we're going to take this off, and before we proceed with the review, after we take this out, we have to put those keycaps on because that is a defining feature of this keyboard.
This is really cool. They give you a different look. We got a blue, a brown, and a black switch. And
so you can try them
actually
all.
Correct.
It's all glossy plastic, which I think is okay. I know some people really hate glossy plastic because of how the fingerprints show up, but this is very similar to one of my first keyboards actually, and it has red switches. Nice. Let's go and open up these and install them.
You know, how often are you really going to turn your keyboard over there, right? I do like the keyboard designs like this though, where you don't have to worry about like crumbs and stuff like that getting deep down in there and you can never get them out because this is a pretty good layout.
All right, let's upgrade this thing. Let's make it better.
He got that thing on him.
now that we'll spent a lot of time trying to put this together, let's actually plug it up and see what the RGB looks like. I remember Ajax keyboards having really good RGB for the time, but does it stand up compared to the other ones?
Yeah, normally I really like the look of like, you know, randomized keycaps
this
like
looks
this, but it's
bad.
too random.
This is too random.
Way too random.
There's no thought. And you might be wondering why we did it like this. This is what the listing told us to do, okay?
Ooh, is this one not RGB?
Uh-oh.
Dinky.
This was like hit function. Is there a function? Or do I just hit this? Yeah, white LED backlight. All right, so it's just white, so that's not great. I'll be honest with you. Considering the Tilted Nation one is cheaper, has RGB, it's 10 keyless, and this one has, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you really want these keycaps, sure.
It's hot swap too.
It's hot swap, yeah.
It has that going for it. If you want a white background, like a white backlit keyboard, you want to be able to put any switches you can for like the cheapest price. I mean, this is everything you need in a keyboard. Just buy your own switches, I guess.
Let's do a typing test real quick and formalize our opinions. All right, so after our typing test, we pretty much think this is a clear second choice. I can see somebody picking this over the Tilted Nation keyboard if they really want this design, especially if you just don't go with these keycaps as well. You'll just have like an all black keyboard with a white backlight. It's very minimal. A lot of people like that. But yeah, clear second, and we have one more keyboard to go. All right, so this keyboard is the Felicon keyboard. It is not the Magic Refiner. Again, same issue, just a different keyboard.
Yes, now this one does say mechanical switch. It says it has a high and low design. We already got a minus points for this though. It says UK layout again, which from what I can tell, it just moves the shift around, right?
Yeah, the shift's different. It's like a smaller shift key, so it's not great, but none of these keyboards disclose that. They just sell it as a normal keyboard.
All right, so we got this one's the most unique so far. It's like a nice little cyan or blue or whatever color you want to call that.
What color is that, Jonah?
Sky blue.
It's green. It's green. It's green.
It's green.
Green.
Yeah, there we go. It's green.
All right, so we get a keycap puller. Ooh, a USB Type-C detachable cable. That's actually, that's definitely some bonus points right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
A little bit
God.
of rattle, but that's some,
Whoa.
that's some real mechanical switches though. We do get rubber on the back and everything. Ooh, multi-adjustable. We actually have two heights, so that's pretty cool for the keyboard. But yeah, nothing on this keyboard gives me the vibe of the first company that sold it. This is definitely a Magic Refiner MK25 mechanical keyboard. So depending on where you look, you may find this name, you may find a different name.
I'm very excited to see what the RGB looks like, because with these blue keyboards, going RGB is kind of weird sometimes. What kind of red switch do we have though? Oh, B-Sun.
We've been here
Bussin'.
We've been with B-Sun before. I remember that. Bus. Bus.
Yeah, so it's just like a cherry style stem. Definitely stabilizers.
That's
Already
rough.
sound horrible, but you know what? Let's plug it in. Let's see if.
I feel like the RGB will redeem it, but yeah, that spacebar is probably the worst of the keyboards we've messed with. That at least the mechanical ones for sure.
It looks like it's not moving, so let's see if we can get the RGB. Let's see if this is that real RGB like we've gotten in some of the other ones.
Oh, there it is,
I
baby.
think this is real.
This is real.
This is more than 16 million. This is 17 million colors.
That's insane. Absolutely insane.
Wow. So this one's actually looking pretty good on paper so far, and it's a really nice layout that we really like. Multi-height adjustable, USB-C detachable cable. Let's type on it, see how it sounds.
All right, guys, so we came to the decision that this keyboard is tied for second. We couldn't necessarily put it in third because it's very close with the other Ajaz keyboard. That keyboard was solid, but it has its cons as well as this one has its cons. That spacebar.
Really bad rattle, stabilizer.
Yeah, really bad rattle on the spacebar, so that's a little bit of a hit there. And I don't know, it's just, we couldn't put it third though because it looks really good, the RGB is really good. It's just, some of the flaws are pretty similar to the Ajaz. So what we're going to do is get all the keyboards that we've reviewed, bring them onto the table, and show you guys our final rating of all the keyboards we reviewed today.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. our keyboards are here, and this Tilted Nation keyboard is obviously the champion.
Number 1.
And in second place, we have the Ajaz keyboard, which I will say these two are kind of tied for second place because the Ajaz and the Magic Refiner both have their cons and both will serve a purpose for someone out there. And then these right here are membrane.
Yeah, they're definitely last place. I mean, but honestly, for them being membrane, they were $5 to $10 cheaper than the other ones. So we are talking about big price differences. We're talking about $20 versus $10. So for some people, that might be a major difference. So these ones, really, none of these were bad. I will have to say that much.
Yeah, none of these were absolutely awful, and they're all good options if you want to, well, upgrade your gaming setup or build your first gaming setup on a budget. Use those links in the description down below. They are affiliate links, and they will help us out. It'll give you the up-to-date pricing and availability of all these keyboards you can buy on Amazon. And let us know down below which one was your favorite, and if you want to see more roundups here on the channel.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
These will be for sale over at PCBros.tech. They will actually be in store, so you can come pick these up at a really good price. And on top of that, we got tons of gaming PCs for people who can't make it in person.
PCBros.tech, you can buy gaming PCs, gaming laptops, and as we mentioned, in store, you can get some peripherals as well. Use code ToastyBros200, check out and save 2% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace out.